What is this? Zaryu made a poll. Huge thanks to everyone who joined today's stream and voted in the community polls. Awesome. Okay, dual talents, 94%. More than 2 professions, people don't want that.
I want that, but people
changes.
don't like that idea.
Okay, world buff changes. People want that, okay.
Nobody wants to get world buffs anymore? Oh, shit. That's great. I don't want to do that either. Classic Plus. Now we're talking about Classic Plus, not TBC Hardcore anymore, by the way. This is a different game. Classic Plus is just Classic with like more stuff added to it. How many WoW versions are there? I want to say like 8. There's like Classic 2019. Then there's, I would go from in order. In order, it's like Retail, Classic 2019. And then from there, you have the re-release of Classic. And then 2019 is now in MOP. So that's MOP. Then you have Classic re-release. Like Vanilla, they did Vanilla again, and then you did Hardcore, and then you have remixes, and then you have re-release of Hardcore, and now you have that's gonna go. The re-release of Classic is gonna go into TBC soon. I don't know. I'm actually lost now. Sod.
Dungeon Finder.
Forgot about Sod.
Minor class changes and balancing, 95%. Interesting. Better quest rewards, new raids, of course, updates on old raids, yeah. Classic new races, new class race combos, yeah. Raid wide buffs, yeah.
Bro, to me, guys, all of these things are things that like should be added to the game, but they're not enough. The big things on this list so far that are like game changing, that would add actual new content to the game and make it fun is achievements. This is the one here that I see so far that's like, this could be the biggest thing for Classic Plus is achievements. Things like imagine a Zuck Helm achievement, combat achievements, collection logs, things like this in the game, like really hard combat achievements, you know, like deathless runs, speed clears. This could fundamentally change the reason for why you raid is to get achievements. And then you would no longer be raiding just for gear. Now you're raiding past getting your gear so that you can get all the achievements with your raid. And this is what's going to make it awesome. Achievements is like the biggest change. Achievements and challenges is really what Classic needs in my opinion. Achievements, challenges, and collections. Those are the biggest things that Classic Plus needs, in my opinion, to be successful. All this other stuff, like, is just baseline changes that should just be in the game anyway, in my opinion. Like raid-wide buffs, and world buff changes, warlock summon clauses, like quality of life. Oh, they also need to find a way to make quality of life a gameplay option. Like unlocking more quality of life should be a core function of MMO gameplay now that I've seen that in RuneScape and it works really well. I don't know how far in depth they could go into it in WoW, but I love that in RuneScape, and I'm wondering if it could fit into as like another core game design thing where that goes with achievements. Like you're unlocking things that give you things, and it doesn't always have to be gear. It could be cosmetics, could be quality of life. Unlocking gear, cosmetics, quality of life from achievements is something I hope to see in Classic Plus.
Remove combat items, mounts at level 20. No one wants that. Instant mail. Yeah. Fuck Shaman Tank. Horde, Pally, and Alliance Shaman. That has to happen. I don't want it to happen for like roleplay, but that would have to happen, right? Or at the very least, it'd have to be really balanced out. Like to the point where it's like they're both competitive equally, but I don't know how you really do that.
Every achievement, 1% mount speed.
When they're just so
So what if they didn't just give you instant mail? What if you had to like, you know, complete an achievement in order to unlock that feature? You had to, there's new flight paths in the game, but you don't get them unless you unlock the achievement that gives you that flight path. So that's what I mean by like quality of life and unlocking it. It's like more fun things to do, but I wonder if WoW players would just look at that as chores and they would just complain that they just didn't get it right off the bat. WoW players are different, man. After playing RuneScape, I've realized that like it's great over here, man. Like the game design is good and people don't complain about it. Like they enjoy unlocking these things, and WoW players feel like it's their God-given right to have it. And I think that that's a problem with like just how WoW players think in general. Because we're so combat brain that every second that we're not doing combat is just misery.
Remove combat add-ons.
Yo, Liveware, thank you for the 3 months.
Of course. A lot of these are just like, of course, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, add that. Heroism / bloodlust.
WoW gamers are casuals? 100%. It's not even like, dude, I've realized that like almost every WoW player is casual after playing RuneScape. This RuneScape is just different, bro. Like, first off, nobody has enough time in their day to play RuneScape. This game devours time. It is unreal. An average RuneScape player is like an extreme World of Warcraft degen. If you compare the two.
To add it to Classic. Yeah, no. It doesn't need to be in there. Level cap increase? No. Mythic Plus? 17%. I just wonder how you add longevity to Classic, right? Because once you hit, again, we're thinking Classic Plus. Once you hit level 60 and you go through the game, and let's just say for Classic's sake, you get all the way, you clear an Axe Ramus, the hardest raid.
At some point, you're going to finish Classic. It just doesn't have enough content. It is a casual game. At some point, you're going to finish it. The only thing that extends the time that you get to play Classic is like the achievements and challenges. Achievements and challenges is how you extend it. And how you keep the gear horizontal is, let's say Ragnaros would drop a piece of gear or an attachment for your gear that gives you plus damage to fire elementals or elementals. And you need that piece of gear for another boss that comes out 3 years later, where you need that attachment or piece of gear from Rag. And everyone is going back to do Rag to get the best in slot piece of gear to kill the new fire elemental boss that's coming out in the next raid, to kill Rag's brother or whatever. Like type damage. Type damage is how you keep gear horizontal. You keep the progression system, like the gear progression system, like honestly, like evergreen. And you keep the gameplay horizontal. But content wise, it's like there's one raid, you do that raid, and now you're done for the week. What do? What do you do in Classic if you want to keep playing? You already have all the previous gear. You've already used your lockout. What do I do now? Do it again? Most people just do an alt because there's nothing to do. And having if everyone could do all the professions, it was extremely slow and tedious to level professions. You could level professions for like months, right? You could collect rare materials for your professions. This is why I say the profession system needs a complete rework. Because instead of just sitting in Stormwind, it takes you 2 hours to max a profession. Now you have a different game to play. You have a whole profession game to play. You have collections and achievements that you need to go after. And that is what Classic Plus needs. You need something else to do beyond raid logging. That's what it's missing. And it's a tough thing to do in WoW game design. And that's why I think the game design needs a rework. Otherwise, people are just going to finish it. And then there's nothing to do. You just want them to make RuneScape? Oh, 100%. I already said that. I want RuneScape WoW-ish. Like more sandbox version of WoW. Golden Kappa Train, Moses. Thank you very much for the 5-monther. Another Golden Kappa Train in the channel, boys. If you want to use your Prime right now, you get a Golden Kappa for the day. Support the channel. Check and see if you have a Prime available. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. Kappa.
Now what? Aside from PvP, is there any other way to add maybe there is no answer to the question. Mythic Plus would maybe do something, add some level of competitive PvE. Maybe Mythic Plus isn't the answer, but maybe there's a better answer. I don't know. Additional BGs?
Dungeon achievements.
No, I don't think I want additional BGs.
Think about every dungeon. If you could do dungeons on hard mode for achievements or something like that, and you could push and try to achieve speedrun achievements in dungeons. You know, you just need, they don't even have to give you anything. Just cosmetics. You just need the box that you want. You need gray box. Make that box green. That's the end game. is collections and achievements. Is like hard achievements that are in the game. That's what you need in order to make classic WoW have more content. Mob challenge mode dungeons, if you want, add in mob challenge modes in classic. Yeah, maybe you do that, but you need things to go after beyond just raid logging. Yo, Plasmoder, thank you for that gifted sub. Thought Coco, thank you very much for the prime. Halesta with the cap, a legend, my friend. Thank you so much for the sub.
I actually played retail a bit with Viki, and was it retail? No, it was fucking Ascension, and she hated every battleground besides Warsong Gulch. Just hated all of them. But maybe with RBGs it would be ideal. Some of the BGs are so boring.
Got PvP achievements too.
I would like a BG where your individual skill comes into play more, rather than just being another body, right? Where it's like, hey, two people are coming, like some places where you actually have to go 1v1, and that's your best option because there's just so many nodes to handle, rather than just 5, right? And they're farther away. So more of an arena-ish type battleground. So sure, it's 10 people, but what if it's 7 nodes and a bigger map? Maybe that's why I like Warsong Gulch so much, is your individual skill can come into play a little bit more. Mob quest scaling, remove heartbeat. Heartbeat is when your CC will randomly
CC
break.
Gotta be fixed, bro. 45 seconds sheep in classic
People
is ridiculous.
Said no. Shorter mount, do not remove shorter mount time. No, shorter mount time. The people can escape PvP too easily with shorter mount time. Don't do that. Personal loot.
Brother, you can be in a sheep for 45 seconds in classic, guys.
No.
There's
Linkable
like no DR.
professions, sure.
Awful.
Increase quest cap to 30. Oh, I see. Extended character stats. HD graphic toggle. Shared mob tags for questing. No. But you should have shared loot for your party for quest drops. Shared mob drops for questing. Yeah, that should be a thing. Focus targeting should be in the game. People said no to focus targeting? 42? Really?
Casual. Classic is casual.
Is that because people suck at the game and they don't want to add something that they're not good at?
They don't know how to do it. If they don't know how to do it, they don't want it.
And I'm not even trying to be mean.
If they don't know how to do it, they don't want it because it gives you an advantage over them. That's why they don't want it. Trust.
That has to be it. Remove 1% miss when hit capped. No? I guess it adds a little RNG to it, sure. Nameplate range. People want that. Jewel crafting. Okay. Sure. Horizontal gear prog. Horizontal gear prog. Can someone explain to me what the fuck that means?
Yeah. It means gear from Ragnaros will still be useful when we're 5 raids after Nax. You still have a reason to run Rag. Or run Molten Core.
Like RuneScape? Okay, that doesn't mean... What does that mean? Just same level, different stats? Okay, so instead of making the gear better, it just adds different gear that might actually just be better.
And B-Ride, thank you for the primes. Level 2 golden
rather than getting scaling
and
getting too stupid. So less power creep. Okay, that makes sense. I understand now. Yeah, of course. You should add more gear variation. Enchanting vellums. Oh, so basically you can get enchants from the auction house. People can make an enchant and then you just buy it
vellums
and you put it on rather than go to the trade chat.
Cataclysm in retail. Keep that out of classic.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually for that. No, I think you should have an enchanter. I think that's something that is annoying, but
anything that discourages like player-to-player interaction, I'm usually not for it. So things like vellums, like you could just make an enchant and then put it on the auction house to sell. That takes away from the limited player-to-player interaction that's still left in the game. I think no.
It should stay. Glyphs. Depends on how it's done. You know, glyphs are like a Wrath of Lich King thing. And
Spaz, thank you for the prime.
Personally, I say no. Keep combos on target, swap rogue druid. Yes, I would love that. Oh, fuck yeah. So you don't lose your combo points when you target anything else.
That should happen. That's so annoying. That should just be in the game.
That's actually so annoying that even if like you swap targets and you don't attack the target you swap to and you go back to the other target that you had combo points on, they're gone.
They're gone. As soon as you tap target.
Now maybe if you start farming combo points on another character, you lose or you don't you lose the combo points. But if you just swap targets and then go back, you don't lose them. That's dumb.
Great. Yeah.
Dungeon/raid maps added. Yeah, add those. PvP trinket 2 minutes. Wow, people said no to that. Really? They want PvP trinket to remain at 5 minutes. Maybe do OnlyFans in a different MMO so everyone is a noob. Maybe Rift or EverQuest 2. No.
I'm not a big PvP person. I don't have a lot of opinions on it.
Who cares about PvP and hardcore? I'm not thinking about hardcore right now. I'm thinking about Classic Plus. This is Classic Plus. And this is something that, if I had to bet...
Rather than Mythic Plus, I would rather see the Mad Heroic Dungeons to Classic, and then do some Pandaria Challenge Mode timer stuff. Mythic Plus would ruin the community.
Sure, but what's the point of doing Heroic? Does it give better gear? Because now it's...
No, it's literally just achievements and challenges. And if you do all the challenges in the game, then you get a cool cosmetic for doing that. I mean, it's very simple design. Just take it from RuneScape, Zuckhelm.
Going to happen is no one's going to do anything but Heroics. At that point, it's just, what are you doing here? Maybe if you make them hard enough, but at the same time, it's like, offhand hit chance rework. Collections tab, war mode instead of PvP servers. Right. So this was super cool on Ascension when I was playing, and I hope Blizzard does something like this. While I was leveling with Viki, we're all on the same server. A lot of people had PvE mode on. A lot of people had war mode on. People had high risk on. People had mercenary mode on. Some people were even doing different challenges where every single mob for them were elites. Viki and I actually tried it. It was fucking impossible. It was so hard because they weren't just elites. They were like turbo elites.
Oh, a toggle
and
for
if I
elites.
tag a mob while I had this challenge mode on, it's an elite for me, right?
That's kind of cool. It just like you immediately just turn on hard mode on the game. So every single mob you're fighting is an elite. Dude, I've never even thought of that. That's kind of crazy that Turtle WoW has that.
So you'd think someone else could just help me kill the mob and it's not an elite for them. But like that, they cannot attack mobs that I have tagged. It says you are not able to attack that target because I have the challenge mode on where all my mobs are elite. And we're all on the same fucking server. I don't know if that's feasible with Blizzard and their, popularity. Their server might be overrun. But it was a very lively world. You had PvE mode people, you had war mode people, you had high risk, you had people doing hardcore challenges, people doing these elite challenges all together, and it worked.
That's crazy, Cracked.
That was awesome. People shit on Ascension because it's pay to win. It fucking was. You could basically buy gold, etc., which I did. But there were some really good fucking ideas.
Soda Poppin's a big ass
and
whale.
I don't want people to just say server was pay to win and then not think about the really cool things from Ascension.
He spent 30K on.
There was the wagon in Epoch.
One MMO.
There was this wagon that would basically go. It was also on Ascension. It would go from the starting zones basically to the next starting zone. Let's use an example of Darkshore. Right? So from Aberdeen, there would be a wagon that would travel from Aberdeen all the way to Astronar. But it was pure RNG as to whether or not you saw the wagon. Sometimes you would see it. In fact, I was in a PvP fight at one point, and Viki and I were losing because there was like 5 of them.
Cool with the wagon,
and the wagon was coming by the road as we're fighting, and we clicked it and we got away. Just riding the wagon. It was fucking awesome.
I like that. I mean, it's like players just AFKing together. It's kind of like being on a boat in Classic, where you kind of get that little naked gnome interaction. He's just like dancing, being weird. You know what I mean? Like that's very classic WoW. Anytime players come together and travel.
Awesome. And it's just fun travel. It's immersion. It's just exciting. Oh like shit, the wagon's here. Hurry up. Turn in the quest. Whoa, come on. We don't want to miss the wagon because we're trying to go to Astronar. Awesome. Stupid that it's not in Classic. Super cool. Simple, not hard. Let me keep reading. Built-in
like,
questing.
That's something that's very unique to classic WoW that RuneScape doesn't have in its game, but like, except for maybe in the early game. Like in the early game, you actually have to walk places. And you have to walk everywhere or travel there physically. And unless you're a mage, right? Mages can port most places. But even then, you still have to take a flight path. You can port to a flight path, but you still have to travel there, like physically. Fast travel does not really exist very much in classic WoW. It's part of the game. It's traveling. So whenever you can group people up for them to travel together, it creates like a social opportunity in the game, which I like. And I think that the wagons is just another boat type of thing.
Yeah, shouldn't be doing add-ons for that. Remove rank 14 gear being BIS and PvE.
True.
I had a talk with Nick on this. And I don't think I will die on this hill. I think PvEers, even when they say they hate it, like it when they have to do some, not an extreme amount, but some amount of PvP to help their PvE grind.
Not at all.
Nick agrees. Just something. Now, your best weapon shouldn't be from PvP.
I should have to do PvP if I want to get the Zuck helm. Like the achievement. If I want to complete my achievement log, my combat achievements, absolutely there should be PvP combat achievements. But anything other than that?
But there should be a drive. You're all saying no. Something should make you do it. There should be a drive for it somewhat.
PvPCAs equal
playing
boosting?
an MMO as PvE is insane. A lot of people do it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what it should be, but there should be an actual benefit.
Any achievements or anything difficult can be sold or boosted or whatever. Like, I don't know if that culture is ever going away. There is no way around it. And if you use that as an excuse for that shouldn't be in the game, then you just shouldn't play the game at all. Like, you can always sell services or have someone log in on your account and get you something. Yeah, is it against TOS? Of course it is. Should you like? There's no solution for that. So it's like just using that as an excuse for something is just lazy. You're just like being lazy with your excuses. You know what I mean? There's nothing that you could do about that. So that's just part of the culture, part of the game. It doesn't mean that it shouldn't be in the game.
2 PvEers if they go into PvP a little bit. There should. I'll die on that hill. More quests in existing zones. Yeah, of course, duh. Like a lot of these greens are so obvious.
There should be solo challenges. There should be a lot of solo challenges. I hope they do a solo challenge mode too. I think that would be sick if they had some sort of mage tower type of thing in classic that would test your skills as a solo player. And there was achievements for that, very much like Infernal Cape. Once again, more kind of RuneScape-esque stuff into classic.
New specs? No. Yeah, I agree. No. More class-specific quests added. Why not? Sure. Like, that doesn't take away from anything. A modern auction house? Sure. Solo challenges like Mage Tower? Yeah. I was thinking, dual area. Oh, fuck yeah. I was thinking like...
A dual area where you could reset your cooldowns needs to be in Classic. That is such a core part of Classic. Waiting on your cooldowns is the worst thing. And the duelers, the people that duel outside of org, we need that. You know, I've never done that, but when I was like dueling, training for my fight versus Yamato, I was like, dude, this would be so sick if we could just reset our cooldowns, man. This would be so much nicer. Yeah, we need a Farok pool. I can feel your Infernal coming soon. Keep it up. Yeah, though. Thank you very much, Press J. Basically, we need a Farok Enclave. Another thing from WoW.
Imagine from Classic Plus. So you know how you have the STV tournament every 3 hours. There's that chest in the middle. Imagine every 3 hours, kind of similarly, there's a duel tournament.
It's more like the pool in your house, though, because it resets your spec.
Allows a certain amount of people, and it can take a certain duration. But yeah, at the very end, you could win something. PvP is the only way to really add a lot of longevity. PvE is just so difficult. I don't know. Integrate professions further into raiding, Mage Table and Warlock Soulwell. Sure, why not? I mean, a lot of these are obvious. I think the biggest thing is that I just really hope Blizzard doesn't... The biggest thing they don't mess up is, 1, longevity. How do they make the game have longevity? And 2, class changes. That's the biggest thing I really want them to not fuck up. And I just really hope they don't just add TBC spells and add Wrath spells. I'd like it if they would completely change up Classic and rework spells already in the game. I don't know. Classic Plus isn't even confirmed. Yeah, I fucking know. For all we know, we never.
Oh, it's coming.
Isn't China getting something going on right now?
It's
like
coming.
Some Classic to TBC to Wrath server, only China's getting it. The Titan servers. Yeah. By the way, the fact that I'm glad that Zaru did this. This is fucking awesome. I did not see this at all. I'm glad the discussion is at least is happening.
It's happening. Absolutely. Zaru
In
did a good
terms
job
of
with this.
Back to TBC hardcore, which is more, on the horizon.
Right.
I want y'all's opinion on this.
Okay.
So there's pros and cons to doing this two different ways. TBC only, like hardcore OnlyFans could happen right when TBC comes out.
No.
Right away.
Nope.
However, the downside of this is,
Needs to be when
let's
it's,
assume
when
we
the hype is
clear all
dying.
of the raids and whatnot. We're really only going to have Kara, Gruul's, and Mag's Lair. That's it.
Buddy, OnlyFans will not clear Kara, Gruul's, and Mag's Lair on hardcore. I'm sorry. I don't think they would. I think that would be enough anyways. Like that would be enough. That'd be 2 months, 3 months of OnlyFans, which is the sweet spot. And the goal at the end would be Gruul's Lair, Mag Therodon, and you could do like a big PvP battle before we all go and die in the raid. But like so many people are going to die in these raids. I think it would be crazy. I think it's crazy to think we would make it farther than that. That's just me thinking out loud like right now though. I think that would be enough content, but you probably maybe. I'm curious to see what he thinks about TBC and the timing and everything. I think timing is very important. Maybe you wait for like maybe you do OnlyFans right before the second patch comes out, the second raid. I forget what's the second raid in TBC after Kara. Is it Black Temple? SSCTK. You wait for SSCTK. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Why did I freaking Ashes of Alar, dude? Okay. You wait for SSCTK to announce, and then you could start OnlyFans. You could start leveling. And then that way, if you did happen to kill Kara, Gruul's, and Mag, then you could go and die in SSC and TK. There's no way. Like, that's 100% death in there. So for OnlyFans, like, that'd be the end. That'd be where we would die. If you didn't die before that.
But we're also nothing's really figured out. It's not. The other option would
that was
be...
That was my 500th kill, by the way. That was my 500th kill. That last demonic gorilla.
TBC comes out.
Still no.
Everyone's gonna play it, and a lot of people are now, including myself, are gonna be looking through it with the lens of like, this is hardcore, or how would this play out in hardcore WoW? And then let's just say we get to the end and SSC is out or Black Temple is out, and we do OnlyFans. Then not only can we clear Kara, clear Mags, and clear Gruul's, but then we can go to the next tier whenever the fuck we want. That was an annoying thing in OnlyFans Classic last time, was we cleared BWL. It's like, all right, guys, I'm not going to wait 5 months for AQ to come out. That was it. That was the end, right? TBC will be dead by then. That doesn't really matter for OnlyFans. By the time Black Temple's out, it doesn't matter, considering it's our own, like, event. Plus, it'll kind of revive it. I think a lot of WoW players that, don't do OnlyFans, just your average WoW player, will love kind of a revival.
Yeah. Revival of TBC.
So
Absolutely.
I was thinking if we do
that too.
TBC hardcore, we wait until, say, Black Temple is out.
That might be too far, but we'll see. I think that the closer you get to BlizzCon, the maybe you do OnlyFans like 3 months before BlizzCon, because you don't know if Classic Plus is going to announce, then that might kill a lot of hype that OnlyFans has going. You know what I mean? So maybe if you did OnlyFans in June, you have June, July, August with BlizzCon in September, and then we could do an OnlyFans meetup in September at the con.
And also, I'll probably play TBC and I'll be looking at it, and I'm sure everyone else will, Like, is this possible? And for all we know, we find out it's not. And then I don't do OnlyFans TBC because I don't want to waste people's time. It doesn't work. And we'll find that out. So OnlyFans 2026, it might be a long ass time, man. You see the video about Turtle WoW, about features in the project that could be taken in Classic Plus? No. I saw Turtle WoW reach or do some tweet or something. I think it was a Reddit post, basically messaging Blizz saying, can you guys, like, I don't know, stop sucking? I think they were much nicer, but
no, I think Turtle WoW they recently put out a post to Blizzard petitioning to like let them be a licensed official server of Blizzard, and like they would maybe share profit or some shit. I don't know. But basically they listed a bunch of other companies that gave permission to private servers to like go ahead and play their game or become an official part of the company or something like that. And I think that Turtle WoW is petitioning for that.
Let's see. Turtle WoW Blizzard.
I did say yes, I would play if it was legit, right? Obviously, I'm not going to play something that's against the rules, against the TOS, against Blizzard TOS, against Twitch TOS. Like, no, I'm not going to play. But if it's legit, I mean, yeah. If it's backed by Blizzard saying like, hey, we're gonna license this to you, and we can have basically fan-run private servers, and that's fine, then yeah, I would play, of course.
That's another thing that would be sick. Imagine if Blizzard had, well, basically they take all the private servers out there, and they're essentially like custom games in Warcraft 3. How would that play out? Would there be too many servers? They'd obviously have to like this. They wouldn't be able to make money and sell things like they currently do. But now how would they have upkeep, right? There'd be way too many. Would they be split? They probably would be. But you'd get some really fucking good ideas for sure. I don't know. So many directions to go, and I don't think any of them are going to happen.
Let's take a look at what they actually said.
We're Turtle WoW, a group of fans who love WoW and share a lifelong dream of contributing to its development. Mysteries of Azeroth, our content expansion is exclusive ever to community members. Hold on, let me just get the gist of the shit. Unfortunately, unlike other studios, Blizzard does not have a framework that allows projects like ours to operate without risking legal conflict. With that in mind, we respectfully ask that Blizzard consider establishing a formal ecosystem for licensing fan-run community servers. I mean, yeah, that'd be sick, but what other studios have? Yeah, right? I don't know. WoW is in such a unique...
I think that's a way of saying, hey, if we let you profit off of what we've done, can we steal your IP? Is that kind of what they're saying here?
Place. It really is. I don't know what to even compare it to. Minecraft? I guess. Minecraft has servers. Rockstar? Okay. Counter-Strike and Minecraft have it. Next page has examples. Okay. I don't need to hear Czar. You go to the next page, bro. Come on. Dude, this guy
They just don't want to waste years of work for Blizzard shutting them down?
Bro.
Exactly.
Oh, shit. Let's open this. Here we go. All right, here we are. Daybreak. Project 1999. What the fuck? I don't know what that is. Rockstar. There it is. NC Soft. Granted license to the Homecoming private server project of City of Heroes. Never heard of that. Bethesda has long supported Skyrim mods. That's a little different. Like Baldur's Gate does that too. It's different, I think. Valve opened the source engine to the public. Counter-Strike and Team Fortress 2. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know any. Maybe.
These are a list of other companies that have like done
Epic
this.
Games introduced
that
creative
have
mode in
licensed out,
Fortnite.
Private servers or people
different.
to run them. Community ran versions of the game.
Minecraft makes sense. I think Minecraft might be the best example. EA, Star Wars, Battlefront 2. But then again, none of them have like subscriptions at the same time. Still, I mean, I want them to do it. I'd love that. Roblox is entirely based. Yeah. I agree.
Imagine with your WoW subscription, you were allowed to play Turtle WoW through the client. And WoW just like enabled it. Would you like to play Turtle WoW with your subscription? And it was a reason for people to subscribe. And Blizzard didn't have to do anything other than just They get to profit the subscriptions. And I think that that's kind of what they're saying, right?
Either way, I'm just very passionate about it, and it's been on my mind. I'm still trying to figure out the details of how to do TBC. This is something I'm excited about.
And the players would literally update it for free. That's crazy.
Lots of PvP. A lot of PvP, especially if we do it through an add-on. Again, now we can have like OnlyFans Warsong Gulch. We could do like, because it's going to be me versus Tyler. I get to pick a person for my team.
Wait, what?
And I get to pick one person on Tyler's team. And then Tyler does the same, picks one person for his team. And he basically, half the people on my team are picked by Tyler.
He's bringing back the
people
draft.
on Tyler's team are...
Okay, it's like an anti-draft too. It's like, that's kind of toxic though. That could be used in a toxic manner. It's like, yeah, you get this guy. He sucks. You know what I mean? And OnlyFans, the last OnlyFans was kind of toxic. It kind of like created a toxic culture. And I hope that we can be a more positive culture this third time around. At least I personally want to be. I don't want to be Sardaco this next time around. So I hope that the whole guild as a whole can go more towards that type of look.
Are picked by me. So dumb fucks get in and good players get in. And we have like a sick ass Warsong Gulch 10v10. Horde versus Alliance. So there's some cool ass PvP doors that are opened in TBC Hardcore OnlyFans.
Absolutely. That would be fun.
And of course, you know, Arena could be a thing. We could do, I mean, basically the same thing with Arena. So, I don't know. Very excited. I want to fucking do it. But, I mean, TBC's not even out yet. People will only level 1 to 70 once. Yeah. And then I have to think about, like fucking, who are some of the worst players from OnlyFans? They're so bad. I just can't, like, TBC really is that much harder. It's not a hard game, but God, they were so bad.
We really have to call people out for that.
Just horrible. And I just don't know if they could do TBC. It might be too much, unironically. I got to look into profession farming. Do we allow the auction house? Probably not. And if we don't allow it, what does that mean farming-wise for us? So many things. You can invite DSP. I don't know who DSP is. Make some challenges for a resurrection ritual for... Wait. Challenges for resurrection rituals. Oh, shit.
People can res their character if they do something
Maybe
stupid.
I have to, like, they have to beat a game to res their character of some sort.
Oh, God.
Or something. Yeah, we could do res rituals. That'd be...
That could be a content idea where people have to do something, I don't know, embarrassing or something like that in order to get their character revived. Like, Soda could basically, like, play, you know, like, WoW God, if you will, where he can choose if he wants to resurrect somebody or not.
Be funny.
Without the add-on.
Guild self-found thing again, and true GSF, no outside gift times. Yeah, of course. Not hardcore. Yeah, now it's not hardcore WoW.
It's not very hardcore, but...
You're right.
It's OnlyFans.
I don't know.
Just got to decide what
you
you want to do.
See what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's so many different directions to go with it.
Sounds like Soda wants to go power trip on WoW. I don't think Soda cares about that. I think that he wants what everybody else wants. Soda is very much, he wants what the chat wants. And he throws out ideas. He reads the chat. He sees their reaction. And then he will make up his mind on whether that's a good idea or not based on the chat's reaction. He doesn't really have a ton of his own. He doesn't really like man up and all the time and be like, no, this is the way that it's going to happen. This is what I think. Fuck you guys. He doesn't really do that very often. He kind of, the chat's idea, if the chat thinks it's a good idea, then that's the idea that he goes with. You know, he likes to appeal to the crowd. That's kind of his vibe. Yo, W's in the chat. That was a good video. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that talking about OnlyFans for a little bit. Kind of brought me back to maybe we're getting some hardcore TBC hype soon.